Just how much are new construction homes price reducing, and can you renegotiate your price? Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. Yep, we were actually able to renegotiate a price on one of our buyers that are under contract, and we've been able to actually negotiate on just getting homes under contract. So I want to go through that today and talk with you a little bit about that. I also want to go through and talk about what we're seeing, how many price reductions we're actually seeing, what that actually looks like in new construction, because there's something very interesting that you're going to see there. The other thing I want to talk about is, should you actually be buying new construction right now, or should you be waiting? What incentives can you get doing new construction right now? And where do you find these deals? Before we go any further, I do want to hear from you in the comments. Have you renegotiated a contract? Have you put a home under contract that's new construction recently? And what has your experience been? We want to hear from you in the comment section. Are you just scared to even buy anything? We want to hear from you as well. Okay, so let's start off by this. What I have in front of me is showing you the recent price reductions of just new construction. Now, if we look at price reductions right now in the market, what we're seeing is that about 25% of the price reductions are actually new construction homes. That's right. So we're looking at about 400 homes are priced reduced that are new construction out of the 1,700 in the last 7 days. And if we look at where they're price reducing, it's kind of all over the map. San Marcos, we're seeing some really good price reductions. I know I just saw with like Perry Homes, we were seeing like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 on some of their price reductions down there in La Cima. I was just in Parton Ranch the other day, and I saw that both Taylor Morrison was taking some pretty good price reductions. In fact, they were offering some pretty good incentives. And I also saw that Highland Homes, my favorite, was doing about $100,000 price reductions on a lot of their inventory. What we're seeing with a lot of this inventory home, though, is that these homes are still not ready to be complete. Only a very small amount are actually, like if you put them under contract today, you could close in 30 days. A lot of them still aren't closing towards the end of the year. And that's why we're seeing so many price reductions, is because a lot of these builders want to get closed out Q3, Q4. They don't want this inventory lagging on their books until Q1 of next year. So that's partly why we're seeing so many price reductions. Here's the other thing that we saw. It's really interesting with new construction is, if you're looking at the Evergrande situation in China, what we're seeing here in the United States is what happened is a lot of these builders started taking buyer money as deposits and things like that, and then they started building. Instead of continuing to build those homes, they went out and started building spec homes. And so the spec homes were a lot easier to put together, because what they could do is just go through and start speccing these homes out, knowing that they'd make a lot of money in the future. But they were taking buyer money to do that. And so now we have a buildup of inventory that's sitting there, and we're seeing these price reductions, and they're trying to get it closed before the end of the year. Now, where are we seeing price reductions? Look, all over the board, we're seeing price reductions. I see quite a bit in the Bastrop area, San Marcos. All these different builders are doing price reductions. I've seen D.R. Horton do price reductions. I've seen Perry Homes do price reductions. And on average, I'm seeing about $10,000 to $15,000 on their website or on the MLS. If you're looking Southwest and you're looking down in that Milestone community down at Sky Ridge, they're taking some pretty big price reductions there as well. So if you look at a home like this one, this initially priced at $1,028,000. Now it's down to $943,000. So we're seeing pretty good price reductions. That's almost $100,000 price reduction on something like this. Overall, price reductions around the market are getting pretty decent. I mean, if you look up north, Georgetown seeing quite a few price reductions. Leander, Liberty Hill. We do have neighborhoods north that, like the D.R. Hortons, I'm seeing a lot of price reductions there as well. So here's what's pretty interesting about these price reductions. This is a property that's in Kyle, and this is kind of what we're seeing. So everybody's seeing price reductions, but are they really, really price reducing? Look at this. So this home hit the market back in 2021. It listed at $575,000, and then they price increased it to $583,000. Then they price increased it to $587,000, $595,000, $616,000, $631,000, $636,000, $647,000, and now they've price reduced it finally at $639,000, $629,000. Are they really price reducing? That is the question. This is a prime example right here. What these builders did is they put it out there a while ago, knowing that it was going to take 10 months to put to build or put under contract. They price increased it. Now they're putting all these price reductions. So you as a consumer see price reduction and think everything is price reducing. Well, their initial price last year was $575,000. You are still spending on this home right here almost more than $54,000 than what you could have bought it when it initially listed. So while we're seeing a lot of these price reductions, they're not true price reductions, because what we're seeing is these builders just mark stuff up for months and months and months, and now they're trying to really just cut into the extra margin they would have gotten with these homes. So that is something I've seen quite a bit. Now, as far as where to find these deals, don't worry. I know you want to hear about renegotiating contracts. We'll talk about that in a second. But where do you find these price reductions? Well, number one, you can go to Zillow. You'll see these price reductions, but you may not be able to see the overall price history. Definitely look at the price history if you're looking at price reductions on some of these. But as a realtor, what I get pretty much daily is all these builders are sending me emails constantly with their new incentives, right? So we had a client that just went under contract with Perry Homes. They got 20 grand just in lender incentives. And then we went in and actually renegotiated the cost of the home. So we actually negotiated the cost of the home even further from what they had it listed. So if you're going out and working with a realtor, make sure to find a realtor that's going to go through and find all of those, price reductions or what the incentives are for these builders, and then go in and absolutely right now ask for a lower price, because guess what? These builders still have margin and they are still marking things down. Other thing you can go do is go straight to their website. Now, when I went through some of these websites, I went through like Perry Home. Perry Home showed their price decreases. So, like this one right here in Georgetown was almost 1.1 million. Now they have it at $1 million. So you saw about $100,000 price reduction. You're seeing about a $45,000 price reduction on this one. Same thing here, about $62,000 price reduction, and almost $240,000 price reduction. So some of these homes that they really tried to raise the prices on, now they're having to come back and price them accurately. I also went through like Highland. Highland just showed their prices, but it didn't actually show their reductions. I looked through like Coventry as well. Coventry showed like one price reduction, but not very many. So this is a way you can go find price reductions. It's not necessarily going to be the best way. This is Scott Felder. Scott Felder showing their new prices on a lot of these homes. Look at that, 689 from 709. So these price reductions are showing up online, but again, keep in mind, if it's on the MLS, I can go back and look at the price history as an agent and show you where they priced originally. So maybe we go back in and try to get the price down to that original price. I don't know. Plus incentives. Overall, what do you think about that? Do you think that it's fair that builders raise the prices and now they're showing price reductions, even though they're not true price reductions? I want to hear from you there. And one of the other ways that you can find these price reductions is really just go straight into the builder. But I recommend just having a good agent, because we're running into this scenario right now where a client is trying to put a home under contract with a builder. They went in and now they want representation because they want to get a better deal, and the builder doesn't want to work with a realtor. So keep that in mind. If you're going to go fill out one of those things, just say that you're working with a realtor, even though you may not at that point, because potentially you may need to use a realtor. The next thing that a lot of people are asking me, should I wait to buy a new construction home right now? Now look, interest rates have increased quite a bit, and so that's probably why a lot of people are concerned about buying new construction, because where do interest rates go when you finally close in that home? A lot of these homes aren't going to be done until like December, and these builders really want to get more incentives. So I would potentially wait maybe till September if you're trying to get a property by December, and see what the incentives there are then, or maybe even October if you're trying to get in by the end of the year. And that is because builders really want to pump up their Q3 and Q4 numbers. So keep that in mind. If you really want to get into a new build, I might wait a little bit just to see what's going to happen with the builders and then come in, because it may be really hard to renegotiate if you go under contract right now. Let me explain. Okay, so this is what you really want to hear about, is can you renegotiate your price once you're under contract? Now, we just had success doing that with a client in a neighborhood where they were seeing a lot of price reductions. I'm not going to tell you the builder. And actually, let me start by saying this. If you are under contract right now with a builder, or you have a realtor that's representing you, do not reach out to me and ask me for help. I cannot help you. If you're under contract with a builder or you're working with an agent, I cannot help you because you have representation. I have an ethical boundary that I cannot pass. I know a lot of people try to reach out to me for help renegotiating when they're under contract with a builder or whatever. If you are working with another realtor or you're under contract with a builder, please do not reach out to me. I cannot help you. All right, so we just had success negotiating. Now, in this specific neighborhood, there was a lot of price reductions happening. We went back to the builder and said, hey, look, what can we do here? Because, my client has $5,000 in earnest money tied up in this. They're okay losing $5,000 in earnest money for the simple reason that they were getting 40, 50 grand below what they put under contract. So losing $5,000 might have been worth it in that scenario. Now, that might not be worth it for you. So keep in mind, if you are in this situation, know how much earnest money you have, how much earnest money you could potentially lose. Now, not every builder is just going to reduce or renegotiate their contract. Keep that in mind. Some of these builders are just going to say no, and it's up to you. Do you want to terminate and lose that earnest money and go to another builder? Or maybe you can ask the builder, hey, look, we're on this contract. Can we move to another one? Not every single builder will do this. So don't take this as Jeremy saying, go out and renegotiate, because guess what? A lot of these builders won't. It's very few and far in between that will. But you have the opportunity right now to go ask for a price reduction, because if you're in a neighborhood that is seeing lots of price reductions around you, you may be sitting there as a buyer going, I don't know if this is worth it anymore. So keep that in mind. That would probably be the only scenario where I think that these builders may be okay allowing you to reduce the price of the home. Okay, as I'm editing this video right now, I had actually posted on a Facebook group asking other agents if they had had success with negotiating with builders. 5 different agents said that they'd had success, all with different builders. So if you are in that situation where a neighborhood's getting price reduced, it might be worth it just to go ask the builder about renegotiating. Like I said, there's about 5 different ones that I've seen on here. One is the builder that we actually renegotiated with. Definitely go try it and see what happens. So there you go. What do you think? Jeremy Knight, the Night Group. Drop a comment below. We will catch you in the next video.